So Lightyear the movie continues to collapse on the scores. So Lightyear is currently has a 58% on Google, which is far lower than Cars 2. Okay. IMDb is still Pixar's lowest rated movie. It continues to be Pixar's lowest rated movie. IMDb 4.6 out of 10. Google users 5.58% on Google. Even Rotten Tomatoes, which is bought and paid for by Disney, and it's only at 88%, which is surprising because every Disney movie magically gets into a 90+%. I wonder one day will Rotten Tomatoes will actually allow people to review movies and actually put their opinions out on a movie. But it seems that, Lightyear, it's just faltering. Nobody is caring about this movie. Metacritic, of course. This movie having a 3.1 out of 10 with 28 user reviews. Okay, so it seems that even Pixar, which Disney fanboys will tell you that Pixar is immune to criticism, that Pixar is this greatest company. Well, the people don't like this movie, okay? And, the media saying, but you shouldn't be, you're review bombing the movie if you dislike Lightyear. You're review bombing the movie if you have an opinion, and they never talk about positive review bombing, okay? Every Disney movie having those score magically go up when they come out, okay? The Lion King remake, was at like a 5.7, but now for some reason, despite everybody saying it was bad, oh yeah, 7 out of 10 movie. Same thing on Metacritic. The Eternals had a 7 out of 10 for a while, and then it finally dropped once they removed all the positive review bombing for the movie. But it seems that Lightyear isn't really doing too well with people. The scores are not really doing too well. And now let's see how the movie is doing at the box office. Well, it's doing 5.2%. 5.2%. Yep. So, they're saying it might rig out other movies. But this is basically doing like Sonic 2 numbers. Okay, and of course they're saying, "Oh my God, the critics love it. The critics love it. They're of course, because they don't care about your opinion. They only care about the mainstream media critics' opinions. That's all they ever care about. Okay, and 80% is bad for Pixar. Okay, compared to the other movies. Even Tony Red at a 94% by the quote unquote critics." But 5.2% isn't that great for this movie. Okay. Deadline says it's at 5.2 million. So this movie is not going to do as well as other movies. So Sonic 2 again, this movie's pre-sales are around 10 million. Again, but this movie isn't really doing too well. Okay, compared to Toy Story 4 and Toy Story 3, this movie isn't doing too well. So that means it's a designated opening between 52 million and 78 million. So it's not even going to open past 80 million. There's a possibility that Sonic 2 has a better opening than Lightyear. Yep. There's a likelihood that this movie opens worse than Sonic 2. If it does, then it's over for Pixar. It's over for Disney. Okay. It's over for Pixar. And it's not just the part. It's just people saying that this movie is unnecessary. It's unneeded. Finally, you guys sort of said we came around when Toy Story 4 came out. Okay, that the mainstream, lame Joes people, okay, saying this movie's unneeded, saying that this is not the movie, that they're just trying to copy Star Wars, okay. and it has a $200 million budget, which is gonna be pretty hard, okay, to make back its money if it does abysmally at the box office. Okay. Toy Story 4 had 12 million previews. Okay. If this movie is doing less than half of Toy Story 4, that's abysmal. Okay. Because Toy Story 4 opened to like $120 million. Okay, it's doing worse than Jurassic World Dominion, but that's not too surprising. Animated movies typically have lower Thursday previews than live action movies. That's how it typically is, but animated movies, typically have. But there is a chance that this movie is suggesting that it will. And considering that there's a new holiday, the movie might actually have it's going to be a 4-day weekend, so that's going to be the real big test. The real big test will be how it opens tomorrow. Okay? The real test to the Disney boycott. Okay? Because people are furious at this movie. I think the only other review site that had this movie at a positive rating, I think, is Letterboxd, which I don't think anyone uses Letterboxd, and it has dropped to 3.4. But yeah, not many people really use this site that much, so. And even then, the scores are still 3 out of 10. 3 and 2 out of stars. Okay? Which is out of 5. 3 is not a bad review, but 2-star reviews. Okay? Perhaps the most pointless piece of media I've consumed in some months. And, again, thank God I decided not to want to get this movie. This movie is failing. But they thought, oh wait, the World Guardians would save this movie, but nope, they didn't save this movie either. They didn't save this movie either. No one is caring about this movie. Okay, and it's gonna be abysmal when Minions comes out. Okay, with Minions, The Rise of Gru. The current score for Minions: The Rise of Gru was that's probably subject to change is 8.8, which is much better than Lightyear. Yep, this movie has a much better rating already than Lightyear. Out of 91 reviews. The fact that Minions is having better reviews than a Toy Story movie, okay, is the most hilarious thing I've seen, okay. And the difference and the thing is, bro, this movie mostly appeals to mostly young people are going to watch this movie, basically, and. And people who grew up with these movies, who are gonna take their kids to see this movie, most likely, because again, these movies, people who grew up with them, who grew up with them in the teens or younger ages, watch them in school and stuff, and they're gonna say, oh look, they're gonna try to introduce them to the series, and they're gonna say, oh wait, these are new Minions movies, so let's watch it in theaters. It's not gonna be the same thing with Lightyear. They'll be like, where's Woody? Okay, that's being another thing with Lightyear. They'll be like, where's Woody? Where is he? Okay, Lightyear has failure written all over it, but Rupert didn't say Lightyear's gonna flop. No other site said Lightyear's gonna flop, and there's a big possibility that Lightyear will not flop. It will not lose money at the end. But Minions is coming out in 2 weeks. Minions is coming out in 2 weeks. Okay, Elvis is the movie that's between it, but again, I think it's gonna do like Rocket Man numbers. It's not really gonna do too well at the box office. Okay, but it's not. They started doing these BIPOC films. Like became pop. They started becoming like mainstream, like big movies. Once Bohemian Rhapsody was such a big hit at the box office that they say, hey, you know what? Let's do other famous artists as well. But yep, this movie will likely do better. And I'm gonna look up the box office for this. Box office predictions for Minions: The Rise of Gru, as those for Minions, first one. Yeah, they have the wrong range box office for what and they still say it's gonna do really well. Yeah, pros. Yeah, this is basically all the pros. It's the cons. Basically, 4th of July. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're still saying Lightyear's gonna open to 90 to 120 million, which is the most hilarious thing in the world. They're still saying Lightyear's gonna gross This is the most hilarious thing. They still haven't changed the predictions for lightyear. Okay. Oh, this is at the 6/2/22. And Minions, I think, is gonna do better than they think. It's probably gonna go open up 100 million. I think, like the first one, because the reviews for this movie is already pretty good. Like the 90 reviews that already exist. But yeah, this is gonna be the most hilarious thing. Of it's gonna be the real box office battle. Will Minions make more money? I think Minions has a big chance of making $1 billion. The first one did. Okay. I thought this movie would make $1 billion. If I would make like the second movie, but it made $1 billion. It still made $1 billion. The second movie didn't. Okay. And they added, and yeah, Minions of Ice Goo is technically a prequel. It's actually a prequel. I think the budget's probably like the same as the last Minions movie. But the fact that, this movie is coming out in a couple of weeks will definitely take out, audiences away from Lightyear. Especially because Lightyear's woke. Okay? But it's falling short of Sonic 2. Okay? It's falling short of Sonic 2. That should be eye-opening for Disney. The people are sick of this woke garbage. People are sick of it. Okay? And I won't be surprised the Minions had to hire Thursday preview. Okay? 5.2 million. That's abysmal for Pixar. Okay? That's abysmal. Toy Story 4 opened to 12 million. So this movie is not going to do as well as the box office meet the, quote unquote box office pros think it will. Okay? It's already quote unquote underperforming. Okay, and yeah, you still have the Disney fanboys going to have to go see it, but their numbers are diminishing. Okay, Disney's 2019 numbers, but for the box office, was a fluke. We all know it is. Disney owns all of the biggest series in the box office. They own all Marvel, which, yes, I think all three of the Marvel movies made $1 billion. Okay, Toy Story 4 release, so again, nostalgia made that movie made $1 billion. Same thing with the Aladdin and Lion King remake. Star Wars still barely cracked $1 billion. The only movie that wasn't Disney was Joker that made $1 billion. Okay, Disney's not gonna have another 2019. And Doctor Strange didn't make $1 billion. Nor will Lightyear, and nor will Thor Love and Thunder. Maybe Avatar 2 and Black Panther Wakanda Forever are mysteries, but it just seems that another Disney failure is on the road. Goodbye.